see if it'll happen again. This is a woodpecker landing on my hand. Welcome everybody. Welcome to the Kensington Woodland Park. I've already forgotten the name of it. I'm so just dumbfounded by these birds. This place is a very popular birding spot. Lots of people come here to take pictures of birds. And I can see why. They are everywhere. And clearly people feed these birds because that woodpecker just landed in my hand. That's not normal behavior for a bird. But the woods here are super, super cool. There's a titmouse right there. Woodpecker right here. This is crazy. This is gonna be a good fun day. I'm already having the time of my life. Let's go see what we can find. This is gonna be great. No idea. It's stick season, obviously. The leaves have all fallen. Winter's not quite here. So it'll be interesting to see what we find. Stick season is always kind of a little bit of a challenge, but for me it kind of tends to be about patterns and a little bit of colors and textures. You got a lot of these tall yellow grasses, dark leafless trees. And we've got a little bit of a cloudy, stormy sky. It's breaking up, but we'll see what happens. We're just going to explore and see what we can find. So far, it's awesome. I have a woodpecker in my hand. All right, I've been walking around this log for probably 15 minutes, being bombarded by birds, which is ridiculous. Like, I've had, no joke, I've got like a pack of 10 titmouse birds just following me through this park. It's crazy. But I think I've come across something. I got this little knot kind of sticking out a little bit from this log. Nice little kind of rivulets of moss kind of growing around it. And I think this one's just gonna be, I think that this is, I'm not convinced this is gonna work. I'm gonna try it. This might just be my warm-up shot for the day, and that's fine. But I got this just great little, it's just textures. It's kind of got these wavy textures, the little accents of green. There's some darks and some lights in the tree trunk, this soaked tree trunk. So that's the shot. Let's see here if I can show you what we're looking at. This is kind of it. So you can see here, we've got just this great swirly pattern in this knot. We've just got the great little rivulets of the green going on. I think that's kind of the shot. I think it's going to be a little bit of a focus stack just to get close sections of this knot and the far sections of this knot. Even at f11, I don't think I'm going to get it all. But I'm just going to take all the shots just to be sure, and we're going to see. So as I mentioned, shooting this at an f11, ISO 100, and just shy of half a second. 2-second timer. We're close to sharp all the way through. We're just going to hit the corners just to be safe. There we go. First shot of the day in the bag. Like I say, probably just a warm-up shot, but it's a start. All right, let's pack up. Let's keep seeing what we can find on this trail. Just like that. Just like that. So as I was saying, couldn't find anything. I was over there trying to make a shot out of nothing. I was trying desperately. I was trying, all my tricks, my close-up filter, and telephoto lens, and blah. None of it was working, and I just knew I was trying to make something out of nothing. And as I was standing there, feeling sorry for myself, I looked over at this skinny little tree, this little fella right here. And it has dark reddish kind of bark, but in the creases of this bark, the deep creases of this bark, there's this white kind of, I don't know if it's a fungus or a moss growing, but the contrast between it is fantastic. And there's this one spot where it's just kind of coming up and branching out, and it looks like a Y. So that's this image, Y, kind of reminds me of the comic book, Y, The Last Man Standing. Good comic if you want to read it. But yeah, that's it. This shot, really simple. Just kind of got down low. Really liking the contrast on this, so I'm kind of underexposing a little bit. I'm going to shoot this guy. Let's see, we're going to change this up here a little bit. We're going to shoot at an f11 to really make sure everything's sharp on this. f11's a nice sharp aperture on this lens. It's an f4 lens, so 11's about the middle of the road. So kind of nice and sharp aperture there. At an ISO 100, 1/5 of a second. About 2/3 of a stop underexposed, just to kind of help pop it. We'll do one on correct exposure. I find the correct exposure on the Canons a little bright, for my personal taste. This is all stuff I could fix in post, but I choose to try to get it right out here as much as I can, and then I've always got the right to change my mind later, right? But yeah, this shot, really simple, just kind of about the contrast in the dark sections of the bark and the white sections of the bark, and I'm happy with it, and I like it. And the day has been redeemed. It's not over yet, but I feel good now. I feel better now. I felt good before. I feel better now. All right, let's see what else we can find. Thanks, little guy. I hope you're not sick. Fallen log, moss covered, and it's got all these shoots poking out of it that are really fun. Some of them have little dewdrops on them that kind of make them look like little twinkle lights, and it's just pretty. I kind of chose this section of the log where there's a little bit of a hump, so it looks like there's a hill really in the image. It's tricky. This one's tricky to get. It's going to require, I think, a fair amount of focus stacking. But I also want to shoot this at a shallow depth of field because the trees in the background, I want to be just kind of obliterated and super soft. So shooting this at an f5.6, ISO 100, 1/15 of a second, have my Nisi macro close-up filter, really, on my front of my 70-200, shooting probably right around 75-ish. And I'm just going to kind of manual focus. I'm going to move my focus point through the scene and do a manual focus to try to get some sharp focus front to back. So I'm just kind of probably going to be 4 or 5 shots. The back of this is where it's going to get really tricky because these little sprouts are so small and so just like dense. It's going to be a little bit tricky, I think, to find them all. I think I'm going to have to kind of find a happy medium, to be totally honest, and go from there. And it might just be that we focus on the top of this log and the moth and call that done. But why not push it a little bit? Why not try to make everything difficult? So we're gonna do this. Well, I think that's the end of our day today. Stick season 1 out today. I just could not isolate anything from all the clutter and the chaos in the background. It just proved to be too difficult. I think I got 3 okay images, but certainly no portfolio pieces today. But you rarely get a portfolio piece, right? That's not why you go out. I go out to enjoy my day, to practice my craft, and to immerse myself in my surroundings, and I've managed to do that quite well today. It was a wonderful day. Getting colder, it seems, as the day goes on. It might just be that I am wetter now, with my knees being in the damp ground and my elbows and everything else. But, oh, I had a fantastic day, and I hope that you did too. Please give it a thumbs up if you like it. Subscribe if you want to see more, and tell your friends, because the more the merrier. And I encourage you to stop on over to toddhphoto.com. There you can check out some more of my work and see the images that I have successfully captured for my portfolios. And if you like any of them, please consider buying a print. And if you just enjoy it and you want to help me out, there's a Buy Me a Coffee button there at the bottom. And that'll take you to a donation page. It also takes you to my blog page, where you can just read some more of the stories of the things I've been up to. But from Woodland, Kensington Loop, here near Medford, Michigan, I do believe. So long, and we'll see you next time.